Alright, the light didn't come on. And I know I wanted to record because I wanted to take you guys along with me. Okay, we're gonna do a couple things tonight. It is a Friday, so it is not Saturday, and it is the 2nd of February. It is not the first. The first thing I did, I moved my garbage can, which is the one that is this one is the Jägermeister. This is like a little collector's piece. I moved it so you can see the little Jägermeister thing on the inside. I don't know. I think it's like German or like Dutch or something. I don't know. I have no idea. I need to learn. I moved it from over there. From, you know, since there's no lights, let's turn on some lights. Alright, this is the fan and the lights. I moved it from over there. That way, because over there it's more central. So if I come up with like, because the problem with the con la escoba, with the broom, it doesn't pick up every single little thing. So sometimes I gotta like dig with my fingers. All right, now this space was never like this up until a little while ago. As a matter of fact, the back of this entertainment unit would actually go all the way back towards this wall because there was no need for it to be like that. But then I forget what happened. I think because of the living situation and me not getting any wiser and not taking the right steps in life and just doing things that I was not supposed to do, I ended up occupying this space out of the kindness of our parents' kindness. There's multiple of us, and either way, I'm not saying mom and dad are the most kindness and giving because they went through a rough childhood themselves, but in spite of that, they did amazing raising 3 brats. Well, one really. The other 2 were just really smart young ladies that really just had their shite together. Anyway, so this is fake wood, I think. I don't know what it is. I don't know why we put up this thing here because it blocked the outcome of the 2020 3 World Cup, which is the one that Argentina beat France in penalties, and it was whatever. I'll give it to what's his name? Mbappe. Virginia. Here's South Carolina, and let me see. Right, South Carolina. Oh yeah, that's North Carolina. Here it is. Charleston. Where is it? North Charleston? There's Charleston. Okay, so if you can look in close, it's a bay city. So there's an inlet in there that's allowed for boats to go in. And it goes even further in, so there's a New Charleston. I would like to see what it's like, but you know what? That's not something that I'm into anymore. But I will tell you guys this. One time, I was in Colombia. I was in this municipal called Atlántico, And in this municipal, there's a river that runs through it, and the river separates two different municipalities. One is Atlántico, and the other one I think is called I forget. But anyways, so I if you go all the way around the main city of Atlántico, which is Barranquilla, you have to go around. You have to go on this road called Via 30, which is like Route 30, or like, yeah, pretty much Route 30. And then if you get off at a certain point, there's gonna be like these like houses. They're kind of like a mixture between houses and restaurants because they cook, to maintain their livelihood. When people come by, whatever, and this and that. So you go there. You eat, you drink, you gotta get yourself ready because it's gonna be a long walk. And then when you're ready, you start walking and you start following it's a railroad track. And you just keep following the railroad track. You follow it and you follow it. Approximately about at least 5 kilometers, let's just say. And then when you get to the end, this is not your ordinary railroad track where it's like completed and then there's like a stone facade that like blocks the the waves of the ocean so that you're completely safe. No, this is just literally just rocks, like piles of rocks that are like piled on top of one another, and you have to kind of like navigate yourself towards the rocks. And heaven willing, you're not gonna slip. You're not gonna go on top of a rock that's a little bit too light, or that is not in a good, like it's not sturdy in its position and whatnot. And then when you think you're done, but you're not, you continue going through the rocks. Essentially, by this point, you're kind of like walking. I mean, the whole time you were walking, by this time you're like walking, but you're walking with all 3 eyes open, okay? You want to make sure, that whatever happens, if you fall into that river, because you have to remember, this river empties out into the Atlantic Ocean, or at least into the Gulf of Mexico, which is the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, so you're gonna have 2 bodies of water just meeting together. So it's almost like it's like 2 cars crashing, So, and there's no lifeguard around. There's nobody around for miles. You're out there on your own, okay? So if you chose to go out there, you did that on your own risk, okay? I had a buddy with me, praise be, because how the word says it's always better to have somebody with you than not with you. So I had a buddy with me. He was a really nice guy. Until this day, I think his name was John Juan, or I think it was John Juan, but he was always iffy about his name. He was a very interesting individual. He was homeless, taught me a lot. He was actually one of the happiest persons I've ever met in my life. In spite of the fact that he was homeless, sometimes he got into arguments with people and he got mad, but in spite of that, just his mood and him being upbeat. He also knew the word very, 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 very well. Probably better than me. And make a long story short, when we got to the very end, he sat down, he put himself in like a meditative potion. He meditated for a little bit. So I think I may have followed suit, or I was just, I think I was motivated at that time. I wrote a little poem, when I was watching the waters. It was just amazing watching. It's called in Spanish. It's called El Rio Magdalena, which translates to the Lake of Magdalena. And then it's not one of the longest lakes in the world. It's like probably like the fourth or the fifth. I think Mississippi is bigger, and obviously Amazon, and then obviously Nile. But anyways, but just the way like the body, like just the way the waters were meeting together, it was an experience like no other before. There's nothing that I will ever see like that again. The only other thing that I can compare to was when I was here in Florida, and I was driving, and we were driving towards Conch Capital. And as we were heading down there, we passed over what is called the 7 Mile Bridge. Now, if you ever go over this so-called 7 Mile Bridge, you're gonna realize exactly what I mean when I say that's noise pollution. This was the most beautiful things. Yeah, those two things were some of the most beautiful things I ever caught in my life. The only other thing that I remember seeing that I thought was, but I doubt it. I think one time I saw a supernova, but that's just my imagination. I swore I saw two suns in the sky, but I would have heard about it in the news. And I think supernovas last for a little while. They don't last for just like one day, if I'm not mistaken. But other than that, that's it. It was just this the disembody of the river into the ocean. That was beautiful, and the lack of absolutely no light pollution and being able to see the sky. It was like that one time in California where when the lights went out and people were seeing the night sky for the first time in their lives, that they were so scared they were calling the police. This happened back in either in the first half of the 20th century or the second half of the 22nd century. I don't remember exactly, but it was awesome. Okay, bye.